Hello, I'm the Reverend Eric Jonas Swenson, and I'm facilitator for international partners at the Institute of Lutheran Theology. And I'm here to talk to you about the Elijah Project and its relation with the Lutheran Church of South Sudan and other denominations and networks and seminaries in East Africa. We were contacted by Jordan Long, the president of the Lutheran Church of South Sudan, to help them with their theological education. This was over a year and a half ago, before the Civil War. We were in the planning stages, and then we weren't sure what was going to happen with the violence there and everything else. But we had a meeting with Jordan a few months ago, and we decided to move ahead. Actually, there was a good development with the Civil War, that he now has been given office space and classroom and some help with educating pastors from the Bethel Synod of the Makene Jesus Church. They're located in Gambela, Ethiopia, and it's the location where he needs to be, because there are 3 United Nations refugee camps there, not too far from Gambela. That's where they're located. So he is there now, directing his pastors, doing ministry in the refugee camps. That his pastors live in the refugee camps. They are refugees themselves. Many of these people, they lost siblings, cousins, parishioners. We're talking about the pastors and members of the church, and well, it's a very tough situation. But God is good, and if you take advantage of this, what I'm getting ready to tell you about, the Elijah Project, you can be a ministering hand there in the camps, and be doing something wonderful for the future. The future, there's that word. I want to say something that, you know, I myself, I see a lot of appeals for money from all kinds of missions and non-profits and everything, secular and church alike. You do too. Why should you give money to the Elijah Project? Well, I'll tell you why. What we worry about the future, at least I do. I don't know about you, but I hit a milestone birthday recently, and I think about the future a lot, and I think about my retirement, and I wonder, you know, everything with the news and the economy and everything else, you know, am I going to be able to take care of my family? But I've been thinking about this, and you know, this is the future, and it's a long-term future, and I can't see the future. I don't know what is to be. But I do know the situation in the Lutheran Church of South Sudan, and it's now. These people are in refugee camps now. They need ministry today. So it's pretty clear that I have an opportunity to help, and I want to help. And so I give. What is ahead of us? What am I asking you to participate in? Well, I'm looking for 20 sponsors. And these sponsors, this could be an individual or a couple or a family. It could be a group at your congregation. It could be a Bible study group, or the youth group, the women's group, the men's group. It could be a congregation itself. What we're asking for, we need to find about 20 congregations. You'd be a sponsor for a specific pastor to get further education with what we're developing to deliver to the Jack Jordan Bible College, where the offices of the Bethel Synod are, where Jordan Long is going to be. We're going to be giving special classes for these pastors starting in the fall. We're opening up registrations to this thing called the Elijah Project. Sponsors would be giving 50% of the tuition cost, with the Institute of Lutheran Theology paying the other 50%. $630 twice a year for 2 years. That's all we're talking about. A lot of groups, you know, could raise $630 through a car wash and a bake sale. But what you would be doing with your young people, or the satisfaction that the seniors would have, or whatever group that it is knowing that you're doing something for the now, as well as for the short-term and long-term future. Long-term future for Lutheranism in this country could be as it is in Europe, plateaued or going down. But the Lutheran Church is growing fast around the world in the developing countries, and the Elijah Project addresses this directly. Now, one last thing I want to say about finding groups and congregations to sponsor the Elijah Project. If you sponsor one of the pastors from the Lutheran Church of South Sudan, you will mainly be providing that $630 twice a year and prayer support. But we also, what this program was actually designed for, was to help immigrant pastors who are from the developing nations, who are here and they're ministering. Many of these people meet and they have special ethnic services, in their own languages that meet in many of our congregations. These people do important ministry. People who were transitioning. My own family came here in the 1850s, and they had to go through all this themselves. All of us, in the Lutheran Church, we all went through this. But things are different now, and now we have the opportunity to reach out and help people who are just arriving. Now, for the people who will be sponsoring the students who are here, you're going to do a little more mentoring and help than with the others. With the others, you're going to be providing a financial gift and praying for these people. For the people who are here in this country, we'd like to find people who could help the pastors with the technology and to mentor them, because you will have the opportunity to supervise or to look in on and participate in the ministry that they're doing. So get in touch with me. I can answer questions. We can sort of custom design an approach for your congregation if that's what you need. I'll give you, I'll say my phone number, but you can get in touch with me through ILT also. But my home office phone number is 914-235-0361. 914-235-0361. And just ask for Pastor Eric, okay? Thank you and God bless. Goodbye.